Leonardo DiCaprio's journey is one of discipline, reinvention, and relentless belief in one's craft. His story begins in Los Angeles, California, where he grew up in a neighborhood that was far from glamorous. Instead of luxury and fame, he saw crime, poverty, and struggle. As a child, he watched people fight to survive every single day. But those challenges began shaping a mindset inside him. A mindset that whispered, "You can rise above this. You can build your own destiny." Growing up in a tough environment didn't break him. It awakened him. From a young age, Leonardo was fascinated by storytelling and performing. He didn't have connections. He didn't have industry backing, and he certainly didn't have privilege. What he did have was determination. He once said that as a child, he would beg his mother to take him to auditions, even when he faced constant rejection. And he faced many rejections. Dozens of casting directors told him, "You don't have the right look," or "You're not what we're searching for." But every rejection only strengthened his resolve. Instead of quitting, he sharpened his skills. Instead of feeling discouraged, he practiced harder. He studied human emotions, watched films, and learned everything he could about acting. His mother, who believed deeply in him, became his strongest supporter. She drove him to auditions, waited outside casting rooms, and encouraged him after every rejection. Leonardo learned early that success is rarely built alone. It often needs someone who believes in your dreams when the world doesn't. But even with his mother's support, the path wasn't easy. He went through financial struggles, difficult school years, and constant pressure. He realized that if he didn't push himself relentlessly, he would never escape the life he was born into. Leonardo finally began landing small roles in commercials and TV shows. These were not glamorous jobs, but he treated every line as if he was performing in front of millions. That early discipline became his identity. Give your best even when nobody is watching. Slowly, his reputation grew. Directors noticed his focus, his hunger, and his refusal to settle for mediocrity. Then came his breakthrough moment. The film, This Boy's Life. Leonardo, still a teenager, stood toe-to-toe with acting legend Robert De Niro. Many young actors would have been intimidated, but not Leonardo. He saw this as his test. This was the challenge he needed. To prove he was not just another kid trying to act, he was a future great. He delivered a performance so powerful that critics and audiences couldn't ignore him anymore. Overnight, he was seen as a rising star. And yet, even after success, Leonardo didn't get comfortable. He didn't chase celebrity, he chased mastery. His next major moment came with What's Eating Gilbert? Grape, playing a highly emotional and complex role at such a young age was extremely difficult, but Leonardo committed fully. He studied, observed, practiced, and transformed himself. The result was stunning. He earned his first Oscar nomination. Most young actors would celebrate, brag, or lose focus. But Leonardo saw the nomination as motivation, not a destination. He realized that talent might open the door, but discipline is what keeps you inside the room. Then came the film that changed everything, Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio became a global phenomenon. Overnight, he was the face on every magazine, every billboard, and every TV screen. Millions of fans adored him. But with fame came pressure, challenges, and expectations. He could have become trapped by the image of a romantic hero. He could have accepted easy roles for easy money. But Leonardo wanted more. He didn't want to be remembered as a celebrity. He wanted to be remembered as an artist. So he made a bold decision. He began turning down roles that didn't challenge him. He refused to be boxed into one category. he pushed himself into more complex, darker, deeper characters. He rebuilt his career from the inside out. Working with legendary director Martin Scorsese became the most transformative chapter of his life. Films like Gangs of New York, The Aviator, The Departed, and Shutter Island pushed Leonardo to the limit. Scorsese demanded excellence, and Leonardo delivered every time. He studied relentlessly, understanding that mastery requires lifelong effort. Every performance he gave felt like he was striving to surpass his previous self. Leonardo wasn't competing with others. He was competing with his own potential. Even with all these achievements, one thing kept eluding him: the Academy Award. Time after time, he delivered incredible performances, and time after time, he watched the Oscar go to someone else. Many people mocked him for not winning. Many said he was unlucky. But Leonardo refused to let failure define him. He didn't allow himself to feel defeated. He kept working, kept learning, kept growing. Instead of complaining, he transformed the disappointment into fuel. He knew that every great artist faces rejection. He knew that the world doesn't always reward you immediately. But he also knew that effort, consistency, and passion eventually break through. Then came The Revenant, a role so demanding, so physically exhausting, that many actors would have quit. But Leonardo embraced the difficulty. He fought through freezing weather, physical strain, and months of grueling filming. He pushed his body and mind to the edge because he understood something powerful. Growth does not happen in comfort. Success is earned through hardship, sacrifice, and resilience. And finally, after years of commitment, Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar for Best Actor. It wasn't just a trophy. It was a symbol, a reminder that perseverance always wins. It proved that no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you fall short, if you stay dedicated, your moment will come. Even after achieving the highest honor in acting, Leonardo didn't slow down. Instead, he expanded his purpose. He became a global advocate for climate awareness and environmental protection. He understood that success means nothing unless you use it to create change. He started foundations, produced educational documentaries, and invested in meaningful causes. He used his voice not for self-promotion, but for the greater good. Leonardo's journey teaches us powerful lessons. He showed that you do not need perfect surroundings to grow into greatness. He showed that rejections are not the end. They are fuel. He showed that fame can be a distraction unless you stay anchored in your purpose. He showed that discipline beats talent when talent stops working hard. And above all, he showed that your background does not define your destiny. What defines you is how hard you're willing to work, how deeply you believe in yourself, and how consistently you rise after every setback. His story is a reminder that success is not a single moment. It is a lifetime of choices. Choices to grow, to learn, to stay humble, to stay hungry. Leonardo DiCaprio became one of the greatest actors of his generation, not because it was easy, but because he embraced the difficulty. He chose to become better every day. He chose excellence over comfort. He chose purpose over fame. And he chose persistence over disappointment. If you take anything from Leonardo's story, let it be this: dreams are not achieved by luck. They are achieved through relentless effort, deep passion, and unwavering commitment. No matter where you start, you have the power to shape who you become. Your circumstances do not limit you. Your mindset does. And if you dare to believe in yourself the way Leonardo did, if you push yourself through every challenge, if you refuse to give up no matter how long the journey is, then your breakthrough is not just possible, it is inevitable. Leonardo DiCaprio's life is proof that greatness is built, not born. And if he could rise from the hardships of his childhood to the heights of global success, then you, too, can rise beyond anything standing in your way. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter can be your most powerful one, if you're willing to fight for it.